I'm in Hawaii too. Oh, that's me. Aloha, bitches.
During my college years on the mainland, I vividly remember those frigid winter months spent curled up in my dorm room bed, feeling a tinge of homesickness for Hawaii's white sand beaches, lazy palm trees, and warm tropical weather. However, what always made me feel an eensy bit better about missing home was watching Hawaii movies. Winter is fast approaching.
Winter is coming.
And I'm aware that most of us won't be traveling to Hawaii, or anywhere for that matter, anytime soon. You know, because of the cocoa. That's why I came up with 5 of my favorite Hawaii movies you can binge watch today to help feed your inner travel bug. I do want to preface this list by stating that I only included movies where Hawaii plays a starring role. Indeed, there may be bigger or more popular blockbuster films shot in Hawaii, a la Tropic Thunder, Jumanji, and Jurassic Park. But honestly, you wouldn't be able to tell in those movies that Hawaii was used as a backdrop without prior research. Oh, and also there may be spoilers throughout the list, so don't say I didn't warn you. Okay, I'm gonna shut the fuck up now and let's get into my 5th favorite Hawaii movie. A synopsis of Blue Crush is that Anne-Marie, aka Kate Bosworth, almost drowned at a surfing competition 3 years earlier. As she prepares for the Pipe Masters on Oahu's famed North Shore, she's concurrently battling lingering demons from her past near-death experience, along with the encouragement of her roommates and little sister. Does Anne-Marie have what it takes to take her surfing career to the next level? Stay tuned to find out. In all seriousness, what I like about Blue Crush is that it's not a stereotypical brain-dead surfer movie. It's a movie that shows the grittiness of following a passion. The women essentially surf at dawn, work a menial maid job at a luxury resort to make ends meet, and surf again at dusk. Additionally, Anne-Marie's fear of getting her head slammed against the reef is totally believable because Bonsai Pipeline is notoriously known as one of the most dangerous surf spots in the world. The mammoth waves at Pipe break near Shallow Reef and has claimed several lives since the 80s. With all that being said, Blue Crush doesn't come without its flaws. Anne-Marie's love interest with the vacationing NFL quarterback is borderline nauseating. The body doubling and CG in the surf scenes are laughable. And story-wise, you can pretty much tell what will happen at the end within watching the first 12 minutes of the movie. Despite its shortcomings, however, if you're jonesing for a surf film shot in Hawaii, Blue Crush is a solid choice. I know what you're thinking.
What the fuck, Shane? You're putting a cartoon on the list?
You bet your sweet ass I am. Lilo and Stitch is about an alien monster named Stitch that accidentally finds itself adopted by Lilo, a sweet girl from Kauai. Lilo tames this initially hostile creature by using her kind aloha spirit and shows it what the word ohana is really about.
This is my family. I found it all on my own.
The setting for Lilo and Stitch is Hanapepe Town on the southwest of Kauai, between Kaloa and Waimea. Hanapepe is known as a sleepy town, home to approximately 2,600 residents. There are 3 reasons why Lilo and Stitch is a go-to movie for me. Firstly, there are 6 songs by Hawaii's adopted son, Elvis. I mean, who doesn't fucking love the king? Secondly, it's not an overly done, predictable, cookie-cutter Disney movie where the prince rescues his damsel in distress. Oh, Prince, save me! And finally, the creators of the film nailed the premise of the characters trying to find a sense of belonging, which hits home for adults as for kids.
Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind.
I'm embarrassed to say that I've never seen Descendants before researching this video, but damn is it a good movie. It's a story about Matt King, played by ages like a fine wine, George Clooney. Clooney's character is a Honolulu-based attorney who's a descendant of Hawaii's first landowning families, and is the sole trustee of 25,000 acres of pristine land on Kauai. Due to the trust expiring in 7 years based upon the rule of perpetuities, he has to decide whether to sell the land for condo and resort development. Meanwhile, his wife was involved in a horrific boating accident, which leaves her in an irreversible coma. To put the cherry on the sundae, he finds out from his boarding school teenage daughter that she was cheating on him.
Dad, Mom was cheating on you.
Crazy shit. Out of all the movies on this list, Descendants is the most cinematic by far. Hawaii, specifically Honolulu and Hanalei, plays such a predominant starring role in the film, and it's captured in a beautiful manner that would make any Hawaii local proud. Descendants gets right the protectiveness and love Hawaii people have of their land and the seriousness we have for tradition.
And we go to private schools and clubs, and we can barely speak Pidgin, let alone Hawaiian. But we've got Hawaiian blood. We're tied to this land.
I personally appreciate that they pronounce the Hawaiian words correctly and not how some bumbling tourists would say Hawaii, Kauai, Oahu. That's why I wholeheartedly recommend this movie.
There's nothing like a first kiss.
It's no secret that Adam Sandler loves to shoot in Hawaii. He has found the perfect movie-making formula. Make extremely funny and successful movies, do it with his closest friends, and shoot it in one of the most beautiful places on earth. In 51st Dates, Sandler plays Henry Roth, a marine biologist at Sea Life Park on the east side of Oahu. He's a ladies' man and romances beautiful wahines who are on vacation and then breaks it off once they head home. He meets Drew Barrymore's character Lucy Whitmore at the Hukilau Cafe, who suffers from short-term memory loss caused by an accident years ago. Lucy's slate is wiped clean every night after she falls asleep, and Henry has to make her fall in love with him all over again, every day.
Nothing beats a first kiss.
That's what I've heard. The backdrop of 51st Dates is devoid of any Waikiki resorts, high-rises, and tourists, and shows a side of Oahu not generally seen by people who haven't visited the island. This movie holds a nostalgic place in my heart because I can't tell you how many times I've rewatched it during those miserable cold and rainy winter months at college in Oregon. The plot isn't overly complicated, but it accomplishes what most Sandler films tend to accomplish. It's hilariously funny, light, and a pure form of entertainment.
Yeah, that's right.
What the hell?
Here you have it, the timeless classic, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. The protagonist, Peter Bretter, played by Jason Segel, is a struggling musician who gets dumped by Kristen Bell's Sarah Marshall character. Heartbroken, Peter travels to Hawaii to put the pieces of his life back together, only to run into Sarah and new boyfriend Aldous Snow at the Turtle Bay Resort located on Oahu's North Shore. Hawaii is often seen as a romantic getaway destination, but Forgetting Sarah Marshall shows that the islands are also an idyllic setting to get over a devastating breakup. Apart from the movie being shot on Oahu and the fucking countless laugh-out-loud scenes, especially from Paul Rudd.
We're gonna figure it out there. Let's go surfing. Come on. Everybody's learning how. Come on, the weather outside is weather.
I like her hair. I wonder if the carpet matches her pubes.
They're coming, wiki wiki. Can you get some towels for me, please? I'm really losing a lot of blood.
You sound like you're from London.
The reason Forgetting Sarah Marshall is the most rewatchable movie on the list is that the story has real depth and complexity. We naturally think we should despise Sarah Marshall as she's the one who broke Peter's heart. But as the movie progresses, we find out that the situation is much more nuanced, and we end up having a sense of empathy for all parties involved.
You shall not pass!
The movie beautifully portrays that the reality in a breakup is that there's no one person really to blame. There you have it. Those are my 5 favorite Hawaii movies. Please let me know in the comment section down below which one of these films is your personal favorite. I appreciate you watching. See you.